And boom. How about that for timing? We're live. It's Monday. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Hope you had a safe Memorial Day. I spent my weekend in Sterling. I got home yesterday. But, I had a nice vacation with my daughter with her graduation. So, that's all that matters. Didn't really do anything today except for I worked and mowed my lawn. Because I work every holiday. I don't know what I would do if I didn't. Still, it was a lot of stuff I needed to do, so. And I love my job. So, can't really fault me for that one. But, yeah, the lighting is a little weird because I have a sun going down, which is blasting across my curtains. I got the two lights on because in about 30 minutes, I'm going to lose that light. And so it'll get super dark if I don't have the overheads on. And it's kind of a pain in the ass to get to, so I'll just turn it on. And, yeah, so that's where we're at. Hello, Neo, how's it going? And you. But yeah, so today I figured we would try a topic, and I didn't think anything of it. I would have made a Memorial Day topic, but I suck, so oopsie. Maybe next year. Yeah, I'm talking, so you have to come out. She's like, don't start without me. I did. And I'm like, too short. That's one bad thing about, like, the settings in OBS and the settings in XSplit. It's the same camera, and technically they're the same settings, but they render video differently. So, in one I'm like perfectly centered, and the other one's not. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But anywho, that's how we roll. Huh. Yeah. Anyways, what's everybody? How's everybody's Memorial Day gone so far? Mine has been pretty productive. Let's see. I got everything done that I wanted to do today, so that's a bonus. I even went to the gym, and there was like hardly anybody there. It was great. Kind of was worried though, because I was walking up to the gym, and the entire parking lot is like completely empty, except for like a handful of cars in front of the gym. The parking lot is like home to a slew of stores. It's been one of those strip malls. And Big Lots is there, a bunch of other stuff. But there's like no cars anywhere. As I was walking up, I'm like, uh-oh. I'm going to have to turn around and go home. But no, by the time I got up there, I could see around the corner that there was cars in the gym. So I went ahead and did my workout. I didn't hurt myself. I started off slow. I was being smart about it this time around. I didn't do any walking because I just walked there and back. So I was able to get on 6 different machines. Still, the whole thing took about 80 some odd minutes, so I don't know how that happened. Usually I can get my workout inside of an hour. I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure that out. But anyway, that's how my Memorial Day went. Came home, started working. Got a blog post done for Wednesday. I wrote the next episode of Despair today. Woohoo! So it's going to be going out. I'll record it. I think I'm recording it on Wednesday. Let's go look. Yeah, Wednesday. I have it scheduled to record Despair on Wednesday, which we'll go back to the publishing them at 6 p.m. on Saturday on Creative Sanctuary's YouTube channel. So, Neil says, I got my workout in today at home. I did a little bit of cooking. For the most part, I just relaxed at home trying to play catch up with being sick for almost 2 weeks. Yeah, that's crappy. Sorry that you were sick for 2 weeks. But, as long as you're able to catch up, though. So, that's a win. Yeah, Despair. Yep. Yay. I had to go back and reread what I was writing. It's like, well, cool thing is that I'm using Scrivener to write Despair, and if I have it timed perfectly, I won't have to pay for Scrivener until like August. So I'm going to keep using it, mostly because I like being able to write the each episode in Scrivener will save as its own sheet, I guess. But that way I can keep track of everything. And I've got my notes going, so I can keep track of all the other stuff like names, what everybody's carrying. That's a good one. So yeah, I wrote it today. Um, I don't know if Sam wants to edit again, because she's still in the middle of reading Kingmaker, and I don't know if she's had a chance to go over the other stuff in Despair. So yeah, what we'll do is if she doesn't have time for it, then I'll just wing it, which is okay. One of the cool things about reading out loud is that you're able to catch all kinds of grammatical errors while you're reading out loud. Because if it doesn't sound right to you as you're saying it, then chances are it's wrong. So that's why a lot of people suggest that you always read blog posts and shit out loud, because your brain has to restructure how it's coming out. And if it doesn't make sense in your head while you're speaking, then it's a good thing it's more likely not. So reading out loud always helps. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about anthologies. I think I talked about anthologies before. Maybe it was a blog post. I like anthologies. But if you don't know, an anthology is essentially the short stories that are collected into a single, in this case, book. But you can also have musical anthologies. I've seen some anthologies where it was they took full-size books and smooshed them into one big-ass book. I'm like, there's no way I could do that with Kingmaker's series, because that would make the book a little more than 500,000 words long. That'd be a big-ass book. So we're not going to do that. But yeah, but anthologies are a great way to start writing a novel, actually. I have a post coming out tomorrow on for Buy Me a Coffee supporters, Tip Tuesday, where I talk about anthologies. And one of the biggest examples I've got is one of my favorite books is Stephen King's Night Shift. It's behind me on the shelf. It's the one that looks like it's seen better days, because it has. That book has been in my family for, holy crap, I think that was the first book I ever read of Stephen King's. That was back in late 80s. Jesus. So it's been in my family for almost 40 years. 30 plus. I've read it 3 times. I know Dad has read it a couple of times. But he was going to sell it at a yard sale, and I swooped it off the table. I'm like, no, this is the first book I ever read of Stephen King. It's mine. So I yoinked it. And I think I stole a couple other books too. Salem's Lot was another one that I stole off the table. But anyway, Night Shift is a book. It's an anthology. It has 20 to 25 short stories in it. And if you've ever seen the movie Cat's Eye, a vast majority of that movie came out of that book. Children of the Corn is another one. It was a short story in Night Shift that turned into its own. So anthologies can be pretty awesome. Like Seven. Seven is an anthology, kind of. It's a book of short stories, different characters, different plots. But with Seven, I kind of tie it all in together. So it's not necessarily an anthology, but I guess it still could be, because, well, each story can kind of stand on its own. Ish. I won't go into too much detail, but there's one thing throughout all the books. Actually, there's 2 things throughout all the books that kind of tie them all together. But you can still, it's one of those things where you can still read it without knowing anything else about it. So, anyway. What gave me the idea for anthologies, though, is I was talking to my son recently about publishing his book. And he's like, stuck. It's one of the reasons why I made the video today that I made about writing the story you want to tell. I asked him, do you think you have a good idea? Do you like your idea? And he said, kinda. I'm like, that's not the answer you need. I don't want to hear that. If you kinda like your book, it's only going to be half-assed. Oh my God, cat. There's like hair flying all over the place. I just brushed you. Anyway, so I told him, one of the suggestions I made to him was, if you're stuck on your book, try starting off with short stories. Now, a short story has a lot less meat to it, so they're a lot easier to write. You don't have to do 95,000 words of world and character building. Essentially, you're trying to get to the point as quickly as possible to fit it into a short story. In a lot of ways, 5,000 words is a hell of a lot easier to write than 95,000 words for a single plot. Like I was able to do Predator and Prey. I think that book is only 35,000 words, but I'm going to expand that one. So, anyway, with the shorter stories, and you're focusing on just writing those, then you're not overly worried about trying to make the world make sense, and it'll help you gain momentum and find your own style as you're writing it. So, I know a lot of authors who will use writing prompts and plot generators to help them with writer's block, because it gets the creative juices flowing. And so doing an anthology can be quite helpful for working out problems that you have in a much bigger story. Neo says, I don't recall reading any anthologies for fun, mostly school related. Oh, that's a bummer. My favorite, let's see, there's an anthology for Tales of Ravenloft. It was one of my favorite books that was one of the ones that got lost in a flood in Stirling. Night Shift is my favorite book. 4 Past Midnight's another Stephen King. Skeleton Crew, and obviously 7. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, Tales of Ravenloft was pretty good. I'm a big Stephen King fan, so yeah, I read the other ones quite a bit. 4 Past Midnight had a couple of really good stories in it. Like Word Processor of the Gods, that was a good one. I like that one a lot. Being able to tell the story is important. Some great stories can be told in more than 50,000 words, and some can be told in less. Yeah. Yeah, that's like with an anthology, you have to get a little bit more to the point as quickly as possible. You don't have to dive. I mean, you're not trying to rush the plot, but you don't have to do nearly as much world building and character building, as long as the story is gripping. Like in, well, Night Shift, there's a story in there that has miniature soldiers in it, toy soldiers, and it's one of my favorite stories in the book. But it doesn't really go into the whole world that he's in. Doesn't do a lot of character backstory. It's just kind of the quick and abridged plot line. It's a guy gets a package that they turn out to be real soldiers, toy soldiers, with a thermonuclear warhead. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's an awesome book. But anyway, my point is that it's a lot easier to hammer out some of the shorter stuff than it is to try to grind out something that's much longer. So if you're having problems with something that's long, start off with short stories. Well, that's what I did. Like when I was writing, when I was, I wrote my first stories when I was 9 on my grandpa's typewriter. I didn't really start getting into writing until 7th grade, and at that point, Mr. Newman, my typing teacher, would let me type out stories throughout the entire, I think it was an hour and a half class. And so I would come up with a new story every day, and the length of the story would show my teacher how fast I was getting on the typewriter, and the accuracy of the spelling showed my keystrokes. And so he could justify letting me just write stories all day, or, well, for the hour and a half, and still give me a grade me on my progress, because they got longer and better, obviously. So for like 3 months, that's all I did. Wrote a different story every day. And that actually helped quite a bit. Um, Unfortunately, I really didn't do much with my writing until, what, 3 years ago? Well, I wrote 7 in 2016, but um, I'm rewriting it for a reason. I didn't really do a lot of creative stuff until just recently. Most of my career, most of my life has been data entry. Um, I'm a successful freelance writer. I've been doing it since 2012. Um, but I really didn't get a chance to be creative with any of those projects until I wrote, well, until I started playing around with Wattpad. And then this next one right now is Kingmaker, and I got that out to the beta readers. And I'm excited to get that book published. And that one I'm going to market the shit out of. But the moral of the story is that I started off with short stories. And I just kept doing that for a while. Like, I wrote short stories while I was at Job Corps. And then I wrote a lot of short stories that I wound up deleting because I thought people would think they sucked. But I learned a while ago that you can't assume people are going to think something sucks. That's awfully arrogant of you to think that you know better than what somebody likes. So I started with keeping that frame of mind in my head. It changed my mindset. I'm okay with putting myself out there for people to judge it. Well, if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. So, Neil says, I started poetry when I was 13. I knew... Whoops. Let me go back up one. That was the route that I wanted to go, was writing short stories with experience. I know that horror and adventure are genres that I am not meant to write. Well, there you go. I started poetry when I was 13. I knew that when I was 18, I was going to have to venture into doing something else if I want to make a living as a writer. Yeah. Everybody has their cup of tea. I like writing every genre. There isn't one that I haven't written a story in. Kingmaker is dark fantasy. 7 is horror. Predator and Prey is sci-fi horror. There's a dark theme to everything I do. So, even my romance novel I wrote, or not novel, but the romance story that I wrote at Job Corps, the girls loved it, but it had a dark ending to it. So, I don't know if I could write anything that's light. My imagination will twist it. So, I am okay with writing short stories rather than longer novels. That is why I am envious with you about Kingmaker. Yes, it is part of a series, but from what I read, I wish I was able to write. Oh, you can. It just takes practice. Like I said, I've been writing off and on since I was 9 years old. I really should have put more effort into it. But, yeah, you start off with shorter stuff and just find your groove. And once you do, you can find out 86,000 words is nothing. Actually, it ended at 76,000. I added 10,000 words to it this time around. So there's a lot more to Kingmaker now. Things like that. You are really great with your character details. Well, thank you very much. Like, I was kind of worried. Like I've always been on the side of not adding too much detail into something because you can flood a story with detail. I know a couple of writers who go a little hog wild with the details. If it's not pertinent to the story, then you don't need to add it. But I think when I wrote the first draft of Kingmaker, I omitted too many details. So I had to flesh it out a little bit more. But, yeah. The way I do it is that, I think I've talked about this before, is that I will see a character. When I write a book, it's I see it how it would look on a movie, and that I want to describe what you're seeing. And so essentially I'm showing, not telling. And so I try to picture what actor's going to play what part, And I even go through and I even have musical scores. In fact, I have themes for all my books. Um, the next book, Fury, the theme to it is Shout by Disturbed. Book 3 is going to be, again, Disturbed, but with Land of Confusion. And book 4's theme is Hoist the Colors from At World's End. And so while that music is playing, I envision that like if it was a trailer in a movie. And so I'll try to envision certain parts of the book, and then I'll put them in the book. And so I view everything as a movie. I'd probably do really well at screenwriting, which is something I'm going to be trying. I got an inquiry from a company to try out their screenwriting software, and so I'll be doing a blog post and a video about it. And I haven't tried it yet, but that's only because I've been stupid busy the last week and a half. Neo says, I have been told by my professors that I am not adding enough detail. I am glad to say that I am making conscious effort to work on that more in my writing. Land of Confusion, a Genesis reference. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Genesis, but I really like Disturbed's version of Land of Confusion, and it fits the theme of the book, I think, better because of that rock sound that goes with it. So, but I have both versions. Like I listen to Phil Collins all the time, so. But yeah, so I'll see parts of the movie as if it was a trailer, and I wish I had the money because I would so make the trailers for my books. I'd hire actors and shit because I know exactly what I would do with it. But yeah, so that's partly where I get my ideas from. When I wrote Kingmaker, there's a certain character in that book where Oh Death from Supernatural plays, and I played that on loop every time I wrote his part. So it fit him so well. You mentioned that before about the screenwriting software. I am looking forward to seeing you work out with that. Yep, that will be... did I have it set for this week, or am I playing catch up on blogs? Let's see. There's plot generator. So it looks like RandGen... Arc Studio. Next Friday, I'll be doing the blog post for, not this Friday, but the Friday after. So it's going to be 2 weeks, but that's because I'm playing catch up. I've got, I got 2 for the new blog, work on 7, got a blog post for Reggie's plot generator for WriterSanctuary, recording Despair on Wednesday. I'm doing a video on the progress of the new blog, why I stopped using AdSense auto ads in content. That's a blog post. Thursday I've got 3 more posts for the new blog, the behind the scenes for Buy Me a Coffee, because I want to get back into doing those. Friday I want to finish 7 off. Masterpiece Generator, which is a blog generator. I'll be doing a blog post about that. Video. So yeah, I'm playing catch up this week. So Arc Studio I'll be doing next Friday. Blog, and then I'll make the video for it. And actually, they approached me first with doing the video because that's how they found me, was the YouTube channel. And I said, I'll check it out. So it looks promising. It has a free version that you can play around with, so I'm going to do that. Trying to think of what I should make a screenwriting, because when I test everything, I put it to practical use. Scrivener, I'm writing 7 and Despair using it. When I get Atticus, I'll probably start writing Fury with it, which is my next book after Kingmaker. So for the screenwriting software, I'm not sure what I want to do yet, because I would love to try doing any one of my stories as a movie. So probably Kingmaker, because it is such a... I'm telling you that this series of books is going to be... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to come across another story idea that's my favorite that'll surpass it. It's just it's so dark. um, Asana endorse this man, please. He is making great use of it. Yep, I'm telling you, my Asana. I'm looking at my schedule. It's all kinds of technicolored. I planned out the entire month of June, except for last week. I have to plan out the next week. But I did 4 weeks in advance. So I've got all the blog posts, all the videos I want to do. That way I can just knock them out one at a time and keep productive. I love Asana. I would prefer, like, one of my clients makes me use Jira. And I hate Jira. Jira works okay for certain things, but not for writing. It just, I don't know. I don't like it at all. But I have to use it. Hey, Diane, how's it going? Happy Memorial Day. But yeah, I wonder if Asana has affiliate platform. Because I talk about it enough. I've been using Asana since 2017. I love it. The free version's awesome too, because you have up to 15 people helping you. And you can have, so far, well, let's see, my projects I've got listed. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 projects going on. Each one is a different blog, Wattpad, my client stuff, the new blog, blogging platforms. Let's set that up so I'd remember to create blocks of time for like Pinterest and stuff that I'm doing, my experiments. WriterSanctuary, Crossing Colorado, Colorado Plays, MichaelBrockbank.com, Practically Living Green, Wattpad, blogging platforms, Green Geeks work, client work, and Tube Arcanum. And they're all a different color. So everything's color coded. I'm a dork. I love it. I hope you're feeling better. But anywho, as for anthologies, a really good way to go about it is fan fiction anthologies on Wattpad and Inkitt. Now, I haven't had a chance to do this yet, but it's on my list of stuff to do because I love fan fiction, and to be able to write and have people read it without getting sued is brilliant. So I like Wattpad and Inkitt for that reason. But I've got like all kinds of ideas for anthologies for like, I'm heavy into Fallout, the Fallout universe. I was half tempted to start doing a few things for Diablo. A lot of my stuff is gaming, but I love the universes, and I did have some ideas in my folder for StarCraft. And what else? Stargate. Yeah. So I would like to do more with fanfiction anthologies, just for the hell of it. Oh, anywho, hey, KDC, how's it going? Where was I? Just making sure I'm well. Have good news. My coworker invited me to join him at his church. I really like it. I finally found a church home. Oh, cool. Michael, is there any kind of anthology you wouldn't read? I don't think there is. Like, my taste, like, I'm a big fan of horror, sci-fi, and fantasy, but I will read pretty much anything. Especially now I got new glasses. Make sure I'm wearing the right ones. Like I got 2 different pairs. I don't know. Oh, that didn't help. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, that is not... These are the right ones. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that I won't read. I'm a little apprehensive about romance novels and stuff, but like chick lit. Oh, and kids' books. I have no interest in kids' books. Except for Harold's Purple Crayon. That is still my favorite book. I even stole it from the school. God, I had that for fucking years. Mom might still have it. It still might be at the house. Wow. That'd be like... I was like 6. My God, that's all 40 years I've had that book. Oh well. Um, I like the first pair of glasses better, Michael. Yeah, these are my normal reading glasses, and then these are my out and about glasses. They're the ones with the transition lenses and the titanium frames. But like I can see shit across the room just fine. I can't read my screen. So wear those when I'm driving. And Sam is trying to talk me into getting bifocals. Like when I hear bifocals, I'm thinking of my grandpa's pair of bifocals where it has separated lenses on the bottom, and just I don't want to feel old. But her mom has bifocals that are blended in, so you can't really see. Like, all right, maybe I'll do that. Which might be the better way to go. I had to carry 2 different pairs of glasses around with me during this weekend. Okay. Michael stole his favorite book. I have a confession. Yes, I did, actually. When I was a kid, I stole a bookmark from the bookstore. I returned it later, though. You rebel. It's not like I intentionally stole the book. I just never took it back. I knew then I was going to be a lazy fuck. It's all about being able to see, Michael. Yep, the game of eyewear has changed from when we remember them. Yeah, I know. I know. I hate getting old. Everything on me is breaking down. Hurt my shoulder today working out. That's what happens when you work out with a torn rotator cuff. And actually, I'm afraid to go in and get it checked because I tore my rotator cuff 2000. It was before the computers there, so it had to be about 2006. I got crushed by a freezer up against a wall. Never went to the doctor for it. I should have, but I didn't. Now it crunches whenever I move it. Yay. I could have got workman's comp. I would have pushed for it. I was a temp for a rent-a-center. So, it's all good. I'm alive. That's all that matters. The school isn't going to miss that book, I promise you. Probably not. Get a bill in the mail for like $3,000 back payments. That's probably the worst thing I've done in my life. I mean, intentionally. Oh, I won't go into the things I've done intentionally. I had a checkered past. Oh, I'm a lot calmer nowadays. Actually, as soon as I started having kids, one of my biggest issues is that I wanted my children to have a better life than me, and so I like reeled back on a lot of stuff I used to do. Anyway, but yeah, as for anthologies, I have several planned. I just need time to write them. I would love to write more. But right now I've got to finish. I want to get Kingmaker published and out. I want to get Fury started, which is the second book. I want to finish 7, which I'm a little more than halfway through. And 7 shouldn't take me that long to write. Mostly because, I'm not prepping it for being published on Amazon or anything. It's just going on Wattpad, so it doesn't need to be crystal clear, perfect awesomeness. I'm still going to work for that, but I don't need to put nearly as much effort into it. But, and then, because after that I was going to do the Kindle Vella stuff, and I want to finish my story on Inkitt, because that's going to be, what I have planned for the story on Inkitt is epic. So I want to get writing it. So I'll probably use Atticus to write Skeletal. So I know we'll have to see how it goes. But God, there's so much I want to write this year. Not enough time in the day. I'm an angel. At least I try to be. Well, I wouldn't call myself an angel. Is there something in limbo? I'm not bad enough to be a demon. There's nothing quite like a beautiful bookmark. I usually use $1. Actually, for the longest time, I used a $2 bill as a bookmark. Can't remember what happened to it though. That was years and years and years and years ago. Oh. Anywho, okay, so how do we start with writing anthologies? One thing I want to try doing, now this is an idea I came up with while I was doing the plot generators article for Readsy, is I want to use plot generators to create an entire book of anthology, or an entire anthology of maybe 20 stories, using nothing but the plot generator to give me the idea, and then run with it. And then somehow connect them all together, like I did with 7. So that's going to be a challenge. And then I want to take a screenshot of the plot generator's suggestion, and then use it as the image in Wattpad before each chapter, so you can see what Readsy told me to write, and then I write the story. It's going to be kind of a fun challenge, but that's something I'd really like to get into soon. There's only one Michael Brockbank. Yes, the best, the beautiful, the only. Actually, there was 2 others that were on Google. There was a doctor and a lawyer. I kicked their asses off the front page. As soon as I found out that there was a doctor and a lawyer ahead of me on Google, I spent the next 5 years kicking them off the front page. That's all I wanted to do. I was in competition. They didn't realize it, but we were. So I spent all that time blogging under my name and getting myself out there as much as possible, just so that I can kick them off the front page. So, mission accomplished. At least it was a while ago. I don't know what the new changes to Google's algorithm, if they came back, but yeah, it was a goal. So, why did I know? Let's see. Unless you can clone yourself to work on all your projects at once, right? Your excitement is going to get you into trouble. Overbooked, right? That's what happens. That's why I run out of so much time, is that there's so much that I want to do and I get so excited about. Like, that's why I have so many blogs. It's because I can't, it's hard for me to focus on one thing at a time. Always has been. It was one of the reasons why I was such a success on Textbroker, but when it comes to writing books and shit, it sucks, because I'm like, I have to keep bouncing. It's really hard for me to stay focused on one thing at a time. So I think maybe I should get some medication. I haven't even touched my Amaretto yet. Do they have plot generators? Yes. Why did I not know about this? Because you don't read my blog posts. They don't count. They aren't writers. That's true, but they were like doctors and lawyers, so it's not like some kind of Michael Brockbank from Facebook. These guys were actual professionals, and from what I can tell, successful at their career paths. So it was kind of fun to take half a decade to work my ass off to kick them off the front page. And I did. Winner! Everything for Michael Brockbank. Let's see, last time I checked was about 6 months ago. I owned the first 25 results for my name. Ha ha ha. And they pay for advertising. I don't. So, suck it. Doesn't really matter much. It's just bragging rights. Still, it was fun. You gotta have goals. And that's one thing about me, is that I will do something just to see if I can do it. And sometimes it's an epic failure, but I'll still try. And don't tell me that I can't do something, because I'll do it just out of spite. But if you had to pick one, it is better to be happy about being overbooked about projects that are looking forward to working on. Yeah, I would have to say so. It's better than like, I know a lot of writers who get stuck. Like there's some that'll say, I only got like 500 words in my book today. I just can't write. And I'm all thinking, fuck, that's all I want to do. 500 words, I can do that in a half hour. And so, um, I guess it's better to have too much going on than not to be able to collect my thoughts enough to crank out a page. So, I don't know how people live that way. It's not. I'm not trying to dig at anybody, but my brain's constantly in motion. I can't. 500 words to me is just like a drop in the bucket. And like one guy on Twitter says, if you could commit to 1,000 words a day for the next year, where would you be at next year? And I wrote back, 1/3 my normal goal. Because like today I wrote what? Bust out the spreadsheet. Today I've written 31. Where's my total? 3,790 words today. And keep in mind, I also spent an hour and a half making a video, which didn't take much time at all. Or didn't take much writing at all, I should say. So, and I spent a lot of time with Pinterest, getting it out for the week, and something else. But yeah, that's 3,000 words a day, base. Depends. Some days I can get up to 6. So, yeah, I would rather have too many ideas than not enough. Let's see. I am way behind on that. I need to set some time aside and catch up with posts from you and Chris. Nah, see? That's what happens if you don't check your email. It's all good. They'll be there whenever you're ready. They're not going anywhere. But yeah, plot generators are fun. I did an article about it. Actually, I did that one a few months ago. I think it was 8 plot generators. Might have been 8. Maybe more. It's a list. But Readsies, plot generator is the first one. And then I'm going to be doing more. A lot of the blog posts I'm going to be writing this month are reviews of those plot generators. And so, like, Rangen is next Wednesday. This Wednesday is Readsy. Where else we got? Tip Tuesday. Arc Studios on Friday. I'm doing a video on Scrivener on the 12th. Edit Kingmaker, because I should have info from by then. Seventh Sanctum is another one. Plot generator. Fourth Wall is another platform for getting paid. I don't have a blog post on the 19th. How did I miss that? I'll have to fix that. The Story Shack is another one. I'll be doing that on the 21st. So there's quite a few plot generators. Some of them aren't, they're not all built alike. Some of them are kind of squiffy. But I like Readsies because it uses such a randomized randomization for Readsies is quite extensive. Way better than, I like Rangen, but Rangen has a lot of ads to it. Seventh Sanctum is kind of basic, but there's some out there. And one of the things I wanted to do with the anthologies is use probably Readsies plot generator, and then no matter what the plot generator feeds out, that's what I want to write, and then somehow tie it all together. I think that'd be fun. So looking forward to that. But yeah, we talked about how it's easier, like for new writers, anthologies might be a lot easier to write because it's between 3,000 and 10,000 words depending on your story. which is often a lot easier than trying to crank out the 90,000 words for basically most genres, or range between 80 and 90,000 words. Kingmaker was 76,000 for the first draft, then it went up to 86,000 with the second draft. I'll probably add another 2,000 before it's ready to be published. There's a few things I want to get polished up, so. But, yeah. Yeah, I think we covered everything here. Like, I love anthology-based shows, too. I grew up with Tales from the Crypt, Outer Limits, and Twilight Zone. Love the Crypt Keeper. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with putting together an anthology of your work rather than a full-length novel. Exactly. Like I was trying to tell Ty, is that you don't have to, like, beat yourself up trying to write a full-length novel if you're getting stuck. Start off with short stories. Find your path, find your groove, and then expand on them. In fact, that's all I'm doing with Predator and Prey is on Wattpad right now. It's the short story I entered in the sci-fi contest in 2016. It needs some more. It needs some love too, but I'm going to expand it into a full-length novel. So, all these fucking fruit flies. I've got to find out where they're coming from. I don't know. They're not in my compost. Like I have a compost thing in my kitchen. They're not coming from that. That's completely empty. But the trash is gone. I don't know where these guys are coming from. There's got to be something downstairs. Anyway, that's right. I'll get the electric mesh net later and zap them all. It's a tennis racket that electrocutes whatever you hit. It's kind of fun. They pop like popcorn. Anywho, so does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about anthologies? I talked about everything that I had planned. Hey, look, we stayed on topic for longer than 5 minutes. Woot! Yeah, Sam's not here, that's why. Yeah. I'm pretty excited, though. Like, another great place to get ideas from. I love getting ideas from, like, historical references that have mysteries behind them. Like, I love unsolved mysteries. There's another mystery show on Netflix that has William Shatner in it. I can't remember what it's called. But I like taking mysteries like that and let my imagination run wild. And I've come up with some pretty cool stuff in the past. So, yeah, I can come up. It's, I don't know. It's weird how some people can be like so tapped for ideas, and for me, I can't stop getting ideas. Not all of them are brilliant, but a lot of them do. A lot of them do come out to be something pretty cool. So, like, I don't care what Vocal says. I liked the crate. I think the reason why the crate didn't do very well on Vocal is because it was pretty niche, and it was more reference to Despair and Kingmaker than anything. So, it was still fun to write. It's a Western that has a wraith in it. So it was a dark fantasy Western. I've come here to chew bubblegum and derail the topic, and I'm all out of bubblegum. How's it going, Chris? Duke Nukem. I wonder if anybody else would get that reference. Probably not. Oh, I didn't even see. Okay. I remember that bookmark I had. Marvin the Martian on it. It was so cool. Oh, that would be kind of a cool one. I'm sorry, Diane, I didn't see that one until just now. Marvin the Martian. I used to be able to do a really good Marvin when I was like 9. Now it turns more into Snagglepuss. Or I could do Obama. I don't know what possessed me to do Obama. Oh, I know what it was. I was trying to do Robert Half from Unsolved Mysteries, and then somehow it morphed into Barack Obama. So now I can do both seamlessly because they're so, to me, they're just the difference of an octave. So I'm a dork. And then there's Agent Smith, Mr. Anderson. I'm going to enjoy watching you die, Mr. Anderson. It is purpose that created us, purpose that binds us, that drives us. It is purpose that connects us. One of my favorite parts of that movie. I liked the second one. Sorry. The third one was alright. But anyway, that was Matrix, if anybody was curious. So, anywho, yeah, so we talked about anthologies for 40 minutes. Well, kind of about off and on. But yeah, yeah. So there we go. Now I don't know what to do with the last 10 minutes. No one's talking. This is why we go off the rails so much. Is that way we have a constant flow of conversation. Because when the topic's done, everybody's like, no, now what? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I started getting ideas for my third book. The fourth book is almost all planned out. The second book, Fury, I can't wait to get started on that one. Actually, it was Roddy Piper in the movie They Live, but Duke Nukem is also good. Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot about that. That's where yeah, Duke Nukem stole it from Roddy Piper, you're right. Yeah. That was such a corny fucking movie. Yeah, but I don't have any sunglasses to put on. I thought the goal was to make sure that we stay on topic. It was. But now that we have, oh well. So, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to talk for something for longer than 5 minutes at a time. Much to everybody's delight. Oh, but yeah, I really do enjoy anthologies. I don't know if maybe it's because of how my brain works why I like anthology so much. You think about it. Like, I was a success on Dexbroker because I was able to bounce from one topic to another seamlessly within half a second. I could be writing about animals in one post, submit it to the client, immediately pick up something about travel. It's just how I bounce from one thing to another. So I wonder if that's why I like anthology so much. It's because it allows me that short snippet of something I want, and then boom, off to a different story completely. That would explain a lot, actually. Why Night Shift is one of my favorite movies. So the first book I ever read of Stephen King's. My text broker stuff. Why I have so many blogs. Look at that. We're making mental progress. Oh, you miss us going off topic. I do. Whatever happened to the days of talking about aliens? We can incorporate aliens into our writing, can we? I did with Predator and Prey. I'm really so excited to finish Kingmaker, though. And I don't know if they even started on it, but someone's supposed to be working on a book cover. You better get going. I want to do it myself. Fury's, I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to have to get a professional to do Fury. I already know what the cover is for Fury. And I don't think I can do it myself. I suck at drawing hands and faces. And I need Claire on the front. Standing in, yeah. Now watching the anthologies, as you mentioned, is different. I too love Outer Limits, Tales from the Crypt, and Twilight Zone. Like Outer Limits, I like the series, the newer ones, was it Jeff Bridges Bo Bridges did the ones with the ants. That was my favorite one. Those were my favorite ones. Tales from the Crypt, the whole series was a favorite. Love the Crypt Keeper. We used to stay up all night on Friday night to watch Tales from the Crypt. And the Twilight Zone, black and white and the new ones, including the movie. Do you want to see something really scary? What's awesome is so in the original Twilight Zone, with William Shatner being on the plane, there was a gremlin on the plane tearing it apart. You know, something is on the wing of the plane. And then in the movie version, it was John Lithgow who played that part. You know, something on the wing of the plane. Well, fast forward about, I don't know, 15 years, and I was watching Third Rock from the Sun, which has John Lithgow in it, and William Shatner, and as a big giant head, and William Shatner was visiting John Lithgow and made the comment, "I thought I saw something on the way of the plane," and it was hilarious because both of those actors played that same fucking part, and I lost it. So, it was great. I love that kind of stuff. Wait, who was working on the book cover? Supposedly, my daughter. I don't even know if she started. They're going to come up with a concept, so I'm giving them a shot and see what they can come up with. So, I want to see what Sam envisions. I kind of have an idea of what I envision with it. I want the cover to be something darker with the forest, because a big chunk of the book takes place in amidst the woods, and so I do want something dark, like a darker forest. Like, I don't know if you've seen the temp cover that I have on. Well, I had it on michaelbrockpaint.com for the while I was writing, and NaNoWriMo has my temp, and I kind of like the look of the temp, but I need a little bit more extra to it. I want the scepter, and I think in the background somewhere I want the skeleton. So, yeah, and I told Sam that, so I want to kind of see what they got going on. So, I saw the temp cover a while ago. Yeah, it's the darker trees with the word with Kingmaker at the top, and so I really like that as a base, but with a little bit more oomph to it. You saw the movie version? Yeah, me too. I see the bad moon rising. That last one of the movie was weird though. The cartoon characters, the little boy that can make things happen. Yeah. Kick the can. Scatman Crothers. Hey, Chris is here. Yep, he has been for a while now. Hey, look, Chris is here. But yeah, so yeah, the anthologies are awesome. Like the Twilight Zone, the movie, Creep Show. I used to have the Creep Show comic book, but I lost it when I moved from Utah because I left a lot of stuff behind with my ex, which was a bad idea. Yeah. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it would cost an arm and a leg to get it back, so. I can share my look at news. I've told Michael he's very happy for me. I didn't say I was happy. I did the face palm. If anybody, most of you guys have access to Discord for WriterSanctuary because you're supporters of the channel. Buy me a coffee. Oh no, that was private between me and Diana. Never mind. But yeah, I like gifs. The face palm gif from Star Trek is my favorite. That is what I forgot. I was trying to think about one more show. Creep Show. Yeah, Creep Show's awesome. Ted Danson being buried up to his neck in the beach. Some lady just creamed some guy. That was Stephen King playing that part of the trucker, by the way. See, is there another one, another anthology that I liked? A movie or otherwise. Heavy Metal. There we go. That's a classic, though. Of course, I don't know if heavy metal's not for everybody, I guess. But that was a good one. Star-studded, too. Let's see. Trying to think if there's any more that I saw that I liked. Oh, there was a Western that had James Earl Jones in it. He was telling stories. I can't remember what it's called, but I have the tape. The VHS tape. It's in storage. I can't think of any more movies I saw that I liked. You better read that coming out loud. I don't have to do dick. It's my channel. Diana has a new anime crush, Dr. Tomo. Probably butchering that name, but I don't give a shit. From Sailor Moon. He's a very handsome mad scientist. You guys should check him out. Is that better? See, this is when I do the face palm. Why can't you have crushes on real people? I used to read the heavy metal magazines and thought I would love the movie, but I got bored pretty fast. I don't know why. It was one of those ones where you had to really be into it to really get out of it, I think. Heavy metal is definitely weird, but there were quite a few in it that I liked. So, but you know, everybody likes different things. So sometimes content doesn't land for your audience. It is an anthology, but it isn't an anthology, but I love Poltergeist, The Legacy. Oh yeah, Poltergeist, The Legacy. The runestones will guide the way. Love The Legacy. Had a crush on Derek DeLint. Nice. Yeah, I remember when that first came out. I was working at the IRS. It's the whole reason why I bought, I have runestones, by the way. And that's what got me into reading runestones. Was Poltergeist Legacy. And yeah, love that show. Neil had a fictional crush. It's normal. And I still get crushes on real people, just not as often. Well, you know, but Poltergeist wasn't a cartoon. There's a big difference. Trying to think of who did I have a crush on movies. I've always had a thing for Sandra Bullock. I thought Pretty Woman. What's her name? I can't remember. Oh my god, I can't remember the actress's name. Redheaded, hot, everybody loves her. Oh my god. I can't remember her name. She's been in a slew of shit. Somebody, help. Julia Roberts. Jesus. Wow. Cindy Crawford. I'm telling you, that is who I was going to go with, Chris. Like, that's the only name that kept popping in my head was Cindy Crawford. Like, I know it's not Cindy Crawford. She's hot. But that's not who I was thinking of. Oh, man. Anywho, I thought Julia Roberts was a bit overrated. So. Cindy Crawford, on the other hand, there's this one picture of Cindy Crawford walking down the street with she's wearing thigh highs with a rose tucked in one side. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a shower. Anyway, I can still see that picture in my head. Yeah, Julia Roberts was great. Everybody loves Julia Roberts. I thought she was overrated. I thought she was cute and she was good looking. I just didn't think she was all that in a bag of chips. I had a, oh, here you go. I had the biggest crush on Whoopi Goldberg from the 90s. Or was it late 80s or 90s? Sister Act. Loved Whoopi. Still love Whoopi. And, yeah. Who else do I have a crush on? A young Madonna. Then she kind of went weird. Of course, everybody had a crush on Madonna. So, I think my first actress celebrity crush was Alyssa Milano back in Who's Boss days. Yep. Who's the Boss was me and Joe. Joe had a huge thing for Alyssa Milano. I thought she was cute, but he was like in love with her. I'll miss that show. My first crush was Denzel Washington and Much Ado About Nothing. Yeah, Denzel's hot. They're all getting old now, though. I don't know, Denzel Washington still looks fucking awesome for how old he's getting, so. My favorite Denzel movie is, oh, you forgot, huh? I was going to tell you about the time that I almost died. Are you going against the demon that switches bodies? I can't remember that movie's name or the name of that movie now. But that's my favorite Denzel movie. I don't know. I like The Equalizer, not Equalizer. The newest ones with it. The Equalizer. Shit, I don't know what that movie is either. Fuck, man. John Goodman, Denzel Washington. Yes, you know what the movie I'm talking about, right? Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Fallen. There we go. Awesome. Yes, Fallen is my favorite Denzel movie. I love how he almost got him at the end. Brilliant move. In fact, Fallen. Okay, so you and Chris have read the first draft of Kingmaker. Fallen influenced a bit of how I wrote Kingmaker. I've always loved that thought of the switch at the end like that. So, hope I didn't rip it off too much. I don't know. I think the way I ended Kingmaker was better because there a whole chapter after that. So, but yeah, Fallen is definitely my favorite. Yeah. I was going to tell you about the time I almost died. Anywho, I guess we can wrap this up since we're done with the topic. Unless anybody else have anything else they want to add to it. I can talk about movies all night. So, oh, you know another great actor that I'm really looking forward to seeing more of? I love Idris Elba. When he played Heimdall, and I haven't seen the Fast and Furious with him in it because I'm not a big Fast and Furious fan. I don't give a shit. How many times can you rewrite that same movie? See, that's a perfect example of what happens when ChatGPT runs the show. I know it wasn't around then, but still. Um, oh, The Dark Tower. I haven't seen the whole thing of that, but from the parts I've seen of The Dark Tower, I think it'd be something I like. I haven't read the book. The series of books, The Gunslinger, Drawing of the Three, and The Dark Tower, those are Dad's favorite Stephen King books. I haven't had a chance to read them. They've been out for a while. It's on my to-do list. I read The Stand 5 times. What do you want? But yeah. Oh, you. I got the little bastard. One down. Oh. I thought it was going to be 2 down. My summer class starts in a few weeks. It meets in June and July. Fun. Alrighty. I guess we can be done and do the cards. Everybody can go do their DLE for the day. Enjoy their rest of their Memorial Day. So last week's card was, today I am persistent. Today nothing will stop me from accomplishing my goals. Nothing will stand in the way of my happiness. My is a tenacious one. I loved Idris Elba and Luther. I haven't seen that one yet either. Oh, wait. Maybe I have. Where's my Transylvania 6? 5,000. Oh, I haven't. Oh, it's a series. Okay. The near-genius murder detective whose brilliant mind can always save him from the dangerous violence of his passions. Yeah, looks like something I'd like. I might have to look that up. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Oh, that song's gonna be stuck in my head all night now. Anywho, next card. Here we go. Today I will express myself. We're gonna Vogue. Strike a pose. There's nothing to it. Vogue.
Are you still on?
Yes, I am.
Aha, I want to tell hi. Hi.
No.
Yes.
You were gone. Fuck off.
I was going away. Nope.
No,
I'm here.
no,
Here.
no.
Wanna say hi?
No.
Hello.
Eat a dick. Nope, no one see. No one can see.
Hi. Did you already do the card?
I just started doing it now.
Okay.
I like it when you sing. I have... Okay, we were talking about movies just now with my favorite Denzel Washington movie. Do you know what that is?
I don't know.
Sam doesn't know either. Yeah, see? You suck.
Favorite Denzel Washington?
Time is on my side.
Which one's
Yes, it is.
Hi, guys.
John Goodman.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Fallen.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, you have, because that song used to get stuck in our head all the time as well. It's the one where he's chasing down a demon that keeps jumping from one body to another.
Oh, I love that movie. You're right. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'll tell her. I'm sorry.
And I was explaining how Fallen actually influenced a lot of how I finished or how I wrote Seven.
Oh.
Or not
yeah.
Seven, Kingmaker.
Kingmaker?
I told you I was going to tell you about the time I almost died.
Right?
What's on your shirt?
Okay. It says running late is my cardio. It's the truth.
This one may be cheesy, but I love Under the Tuscan Sun.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorites.
I haven't seen that one.
It's a total chick flick, but
Oh,
it's one of
probably.
my way favorite movies.
Cool. We were talking about Idris Elba movies.
What?
Idris Elba movies.
I don't.
Heimdall.
Oh, okay.
The gunslinger.
Yes.
In Tower.
Yes.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Today, the card today is today I will express myself. Today I will express my feelings openly and honestly by writing them down and reading them aloud.
I kind of like that one. It even brings up writing, and I don't
See,
know that I
and-
need to read them out loud.
Well, I do all the time anyway. Like I always, my whole shtick. Never give up, never surrender. I say that aloud a lot.
Yep.
I say all my cliches, my
No,
platitudes.
but your
aloud.
feelings. It's express my feelings.
They are my feelings. I never give up.
Yep.
Even when I
Every Saturday here
should.
with you for your show.
Yes. Yeah. And there's times where I'd come out of the shower thinking, my God, you magnificent bastard. I talk to myself a lot, actually.
Right? But you're supposed to express them openly
Michael will
and
go
honestly by
on an
writing
epic
them
rant.
down and reading them out loud.
Go on an epic rant about what? Did I say something?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But no, I express myself quite well. Double MS on you and so forth. Yeah.
I was so sad I missed that part of that movie. That's like
Oh,
my
what was
favorite
that?
part of that movie.
Too much LDS.
That was fun while we were in the hotel. Poor Mike, he didn't get to hang out in the hotel by himself. We just crashed like
Right.
3/4 of his time in the hotel. We just hung out with him. We took over his bed.
Yeah.
The girls and I chilled on his bed while he got the chair. We watched movies the whole weekend that he was in the hotel.
Yep, I got to enjoy. They did have one of those lounge chair things, though. The shade lounge, whatever the
nice.
fuck it's called. But it, you lay on it instead of sit. It was actually kind of comfortable. They offered to let me cram onto the king size bed. Between the three of them, there's no fucking way.
There was room. We had
No,
room.
Erebeth barely had room, and even then, people were sticking their foot up each other's butt.
Oh.
There's some things that I thought I would never say to my kids, and as a parent, when you're raising kids, at first I thought, don't lick your sister is one of those that I never thought I would say. But don't stick. What did I say this weekend?
Keep. There was something about foot up butt.
Yeah, it was something off the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can't remember.
I know.
Oh, that's what happens as you get older. Go on rants or express yourself, Michael.
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
I do.
On a regular basis.
Depends on the day. But no, I'm pretty vocal. Even with the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's times when I have a haircut where I think to myself, I look in the mirror and I think to myself, God damn, that'd fuck me.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anywho, I think we're going to wrap it up. It's 8:18.
Have a good night, everybody. I'm glad I got to join
Thank
at
you
the
all for
end.
watching. And if you're watching this after the fact, remember that A Freelancer's Tale is available on Amazon, a paperback in ebook format. It's a story about how I got started as a freelance writer with content mills all the way up into what I do today. It's available on Amazon, and the link is in the description down below. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always hit me up on Twitter and Facebook, or use the contact form on WriterSanctuary.com's website. Even though I am usually more active on Twitter, but I'm trying to move over to Instagram. And everybody wants me to try Mastodon. I don't know if I want to.
Try what?
Mastodon.
What the fuck is that?
It's a Twitter wannabe.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have patience for another one.
No.
I hate TikTok. Why the hell would I want another one?
And Shadow says good night,
I
everybody.
barely use the shit that I've got. Good night, all. Have a great weekend. See you tomorrow.
Yep. We'll be here tomorrow.
Yes. We'll see you tomorrow on Crossing Colorado's podcast at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I don't know if we'll have a topic,
I don't know.
but
Unless
maybe.
somebody's got one. Somebody's got a topic. Put it in right now. It worked for me last.
You know what? Maybe I
Wait,
should
wait.
just plan it. Like I have my whole month of content planned. Maybe I should just add that to it. So I know what posts or what videos we'll be doing for the podcast for the next 4 weeks.
That'd be awesome.
I love that. I'll help you. Here,
I come up
have
with
some
a
more
topic-
work.
I come up with a topic every week.
You
10
help
minutes
me.
before we're on.
You help me by adding stress. That's great.
Chris says, don't go yet.
Don't go.
What's up, Shadow?
Why make Sam open a note on her phone? Uh-oh. Chris is going to give you an idea.
Okay.
And hey, we talked for our topic for 40 minutes today. And we actually had a conversation.
awesome.
Neil and I were breaking down some anthology stuff. It's pretty cool.
I have
And brainstorm the next 5 topics before you end the stream. I'll wait.
one. I got nothing.
No, what she's going to wind up doing is going back and seeing what we've already published, but what's not on Spotify. So we'll do a part 2.
No, we've covered almost all those. I've checked.
There's no fucking way. We're at episode 75 on YouTube, but only 22 on Spotify. So somewhere there's 50 plus missing.
Well, there's like 8 of flying solo. Sam left me alone.
Yeah, but with those episodes, I put question marks. So those won't even. So I'm correct. There's still 50 plus topics that you haven't decided to do.
That I haven't gone back.
You
and
haven't
done
stole from ourselves. Why don't you go see if you can rip something off of Joe Rogan? I'm sure he won't mind. No one watches it anyway. Or listens. I think we had 1 listen on the live on Spotify.
Oh, yeah?
And I think it was me.
Oh.
So I tested it out. I want to get them added to Good Pods. But I
Yeah.
think we might be too vulgar for Good
Oh,
Pods.
probably.
We'd have to bleep like
Did you
3/4
show her
of the
squirrel
show.
that Annabelle brought you?
No.
Oh.
This isn't show and tell.
But it is show and tell. It's a cute squirrel Erebeth gave you when she...
Erebeth got me a wood carving of a squirrel.
Is it wood? I thought it was metal.
It's wood.
Oh, it's super cute.
Because I'm a Disney princess and I take care of squirrels.
Uh-huh.
Anywho,
Have a good night, everybody.
let's pick 5. Build a wellnessblog.com. What?
Let's see what we got.
125 plus awesome ideas. Blog post ideas. Secure your writer's block. I don't have writer's block. She
I have
does.
topic block. It's not even writer's block. It's topic block.
I'm getting cock blocked.
See, every time I go through these, I'm like, I don't know that they work for podcasts. Oh, wait, what's that? Why is it important? What?
What?
Those ones are decent. Go up.
What?
Why is it important to have a regular exercising schedule? Why is it important to complete a variety of exercises when working out? I like that one. Hold on, I'm typing it out. Okay.
Thanks, Chris. No, seriously. Probably helps her out a lot.
It does. Okay, next.
I have to move the chat screen so I can...
Okay. We did how to make working out a habit, workout for stay-at-home moms, what are the best workouts to do in at least amount of time, how to start working for beginner. We've done that. How to stay fit when you travel. I like that one.
I did 4 laps around the pond. I had
I think we'll do
5,000
that one.
steps before breakfast.
I think we'll do that one for tomorrow.
What? While
how to
traveling?
stay fit while traveling. Because you can talk about what you did and what we've done before. I like that one.
Cool.
And especially because it's the beginning of the summer. Chris said I need 5. Okay. Easy workouts that can be done on your lunch break. Home workouts that can be done while the kids are napping. Fitness helps with mental health. We've covered that a lot. How fitness can be a stress, exercising can be a stress reliever. We've done that a lot too. Okay.
I've done actually quite a few blog posts about mental health. So 1, how to stay fit when you travel. And Sam's got that one.
I also have a variety of why it's
Routine versus winging it at the
I
gym.
like that one.
Like I have a routine at the gym. But I got So I do my sets,
Yeah.
right, in the gym. Well, there's one machine that I can usually get on with no problem, right?
Uh-huh.
It's the lat pull down. There's two of them there.
Yeah. Was it busy?
They were used for 25 straight minutes by like 5 different fucking people, both of them. Like, you gotta be kidding me. The only day, like, I'm already caught up and ready to go, and the only time, like, normally I can't get on the fly machine, but now the lat pull down? God, that pissed me off.
We've talked about fitness trackers a lot, so next, keep going down.
For what the hell? I think
Variety something.
I think Chris was having a stroke. Do I have any minutes to look at now?
Okay. Fitness gear. I don't like the best, like that to talk. Ooh,
The
beginner
best-
essentials for starting a gym routine.
Are you gonna like gonna look this shit up too, or
Yeah.
is that gonna be all me too?
No.
I would love to hire a writer, or not a writer. I would love to hire a video editor. I would love to hire a video editor for Despair, but I think I like doing that too much. I love making the Despair videos.
Plan B for when machines are shaken down at the gym. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mike doesn't have a plan B for that. He just gets pissy and doesn't do
No,
them.
no. I have a plan B. I get on a different fucking machine. Unfortunately, all the machines that worked out shoulders, biceps, and lats were taken. So the only thing I could do is tricep push downs.
Okay.
I was pretty upset.
Okay, I need one more. One more, and I got 5.
I hate when people fuck up my chi. I only have a very slim window to do my workout in the mornings. Otherwise, things can get fucked up throughout my day. So I have the very specific routine that I have to do. Otherwise, I don't get shit done. And they fucked up my chi. Beginner tips for starting a fitness routine. Okay, so what do you want me to do now?
Keep scrolling down. No, that doesn't.
Meal planning blog posts? We can do those.
We've talked about that.
No excuse workout routines. Plan B for 5 most popular gym exercises. That would require Sam to do a lot more research.
That's fine. Keep going. Scroll down. I don't like any of those. I don't like supplements. Moving on.
Remember when this channel was about writing?
Hey, you already said goodnight. We're moved on. Nutrition. Let's see. Ultimate guide for a balanced diet for no. One thing. Nutrition. No. Counting calories or counting macros. Why important to keep a food journal? We've done that, but I don't know if we've done it for the new one. I'm going to put it on there. Just because I know we've done it, but I don't know that we've done it for. I'll have to look it up.
For Spotify?
Yeah. So, okay, keep going.
It's a cat scratch. I thought I had ringworm.
Does drinking more water help you lose weight? We've talked about that.
I've actually got a blog post about that.
How does your heart?
How your hormones really affects weight loss and fat storage,
Sounds like a
especially when you
lot
don't
of
pay them.
Oh my god. Oh, that bottom topic I can't even look at. Piss me off.
Why your weight doesn't really matter.
I mean, I guess it doesn't. We've talked about that a lot too.
But it kind of does because it'll fuck up your knees.
Yeah, right. No, I think it's talking about why you shouldn't step on the
Scale.
scale.
Is your BMI really a good measure of your health? No. I've written plenty of blog posts bashing the BMI. I think the BMI is a flawed fucking system that needs to go away. According to the BMI, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is obese. Morbidly obese. So, the BMI is a flawed fucking platform.
Okay. I don't like those. Skip all the diets. We don't care. Self-care.
You don't want to do Atkins?
No,
South Beach, Mediterranean, low carb, low carb and Atkins and paleo and keto are all the same fucking diet.
Okay. Self-care section. Why you need to take care of yourself first? We've done that. Why?
Is BMI a good measure of health?
He's writing them down.
Why you need to take care of yourself first? I've done a couple of blog posts about that.
Yep.
I'm a big proponent of mental health. And even a parent needs to have time away for themselves, because you're no good to anybody if you're stressed to the limit and you want to kick a kitten through a window.
Right.
I'm usually a patient man, but right now I can kick a puppy through a metal fan.
Anything else? Hey, I got like 7. That's better than the 5, Chris, that I had to have.
Best outdoor activities to release stress. If you're single. Well, you have to add that. Well, I can think a lot of stress management routines outside when you're a couple. A complete guide to aromatherapy with essential oils. I've never really got into aromatherapy. Like, I like the smell of shit. I don't like. I have waxes and oils because I think they make my house smell pretty.
Not because
I'm not trying to improve my feng shui. If you see my living room, you realize I don't give a shit about feng shui.
Cool. Anything else? I think
7 is better than 5.
Yep.
5 is better than 0.
Yeah. And I normally have 0. So.
Now, the question remains: how many of these is she actually going to research?
At least 3.
You're ambitious. Sam is on a roll. Michael's going to need to find something else to rant about on Tuesdays.
No, this only gives me 7 weeks, guys. See, we're good.
Don't forget about email opt-ins.
There we go. Boom. Got 7.
All that she wants is another baby. Hey. She leads a lonely life. We can say she doesn't have a topic. Can't say she doesn't have a topic. Nope. Nope, she has plenty of topics.
Now he'll just bitch because I haven't researched them.
Yep. So we'll sit there with a topic for 5 minutes.
I'll do better. Good job, Chris. Good night.
So what it is that, yeah, thank you very much, Chris, for the ideas. And I think what will happen is that I'm going to have to drink extra more on Tuesday.
Michael, you are a real trooper.
G.I. Joe. Fucking A, I am. Never give up, never surrender. Ace of
All
Base.
she wants is another podcast.
It's another podcast. She's on tomorrow, boys. Are we singing it to your Filipino fans?
Probably.
You know, I could do a parody on that.
I'm sure you could.
I should do all my parodies, huh?
Yes, you should.
I'm a vampire.
It's one of my favorites. That's how I sing it when I hear the song.
No. What's it? Brings back dough.
Oh, yeah. That's the other one.
Loneliness brings back dough?
No. I can't think of the song right now.
Oh, she wants. Yeah, anyway.
Have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks
Let's
for
be
joining. Is that what shut down your show?
Thanks for joining. You were here for, what, 2 minutes?
10. I was here for 10.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. And, goddamn, I look red.
Yeah, you do.
I need a haircut. Look at that.
Yep. We'll take care of that.
I'm just going to do it myself.
Oh, don't do that. That'd be bad.
See you tomorrow.